Welcome to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another reaction. This one's going to be a little bit different. Because System of a Down is a band that I've grown up with in 2000s when they were really big. I've had kind of a partial liking to them because they're Armenian. The part of the world I come from, they seem to be very close to me. I have Armenian relatives as well. And I always loved the style of System of a Down. They sounded so chaotic and so crazy, but at the same time so melodic. And it's Machine Gun Kelly, who was a rapper and kind of crossed over into pop and pop rock kind of genres. He did a cover of this particular song, and the reason I'm doing it is because there's a lot of criticism and debate whether he did a good job or he completely ruined the song, what a lot of people felt. Whereas even the band members from System of a Down just kind of gave him credit for trying to do a cover of a song. They've kind of respected, they kept it very politically correct in that sense. I'm going to go through it and see what he does here. I'm familiar with Machine Gun Kelly, with the whole Eminem and him beef, because I'm into hip hop as well. But let's get into it. Let's see what we got. Let's see if it's really as bad as everybody makes it out to be.
Something to cover. It's got to be a band you respect. And today you're going to do a cover of a band that I love, System of a Down. I played their music all, in the 90s when I was at K-Rock and all that shit. That's a great band, right?
Great band. Yeah, we toured with them for a summer. Doing these festivals in Europe. They blew our mind every night. We were like, whoa.
Have you ever performed aerials at a festival or anything, or is this the first time you're doing it?
We've never done aerials at all. I'm like, I'm here to just jam it and see what happens. Again.
This is great. You guys have never performed this
before. Serge's voice is so untouchable. It's like I'm just kind of here to just jam and have some fun. You asked for a cover, so we were like, yeah, let's do this.
Guys, this is a big moment. This is an important song. System of a Down did. This is aerial.
I really don't like what he's doing. To be honest, he's trying to downplay himself a little bit. If it's shit, he's going to downplay something. Let's see what happens. Let's go with it. It's something he's done quite a few times already, especially with Eminem. He tries to downplay things and act cool and cooler than he is. But I'm going to give him a chance. Like, I don't need an exact cover of the original, because again, it's true, you can't touch the original, so you have to do something different and put your own spin on it. And if he at the very least tries and does something different, I think I'll be on board. I think I'll be one of the people that actually will enjoy it. I think a lot of it is going to ride on the fact that they did not set up their instruments, or the Stern's environment is not conducive to good live music, because the guitar is obviously a lot more muted. It doesn't have that distortion on it. So that already is a little bit of a kind of a downfall there. His voice, his tone is not necessarily the bad part. Is the thing about Aerials, it's a very emotional song, and it's a very varied song in vocals. So if he stays at this even keel, it's just not gonna fly. You essentially kind of murder the soul of the song, right? But I'm not gonna judge you. I'm like, you can tell my face is not exactly happy, but I'm still gonna hold out. Perhaps there's some elements I can pick out that I like. So look, the things that I do like, I do actually like the acoustic guitar, and the guy is doing his job very well. it's not a bad idea what he's doing with the drums, with the, what's it called, a maraca? Well, it's not a maraca, but that other instrument, and the way he's not trying to copy what's been done in the song. Obviously, the song was heavier in the studio version, and the way the System of a Down plays it. So they added that extra element. That's not bad. But then the way they set up their instruments, in my opinion, is to then rely on Machine Gun Kelly to really project with his voice. So basically, the song rides on him and how good he sings, and he can't sing. It's an objective thing. I don't care if there's Machine Gun Kelly fans come here and just start hating this video because of that. You have to be real with the fact that he's not a very good singer. He's a decent rapper, actually. I don't think you should have stopped rapping because Eminem, outshadowed him on a track and did better than him, which I thought he did. And then switching to another genre of rock, and I think like his get up too, I think he's trying to emulate that weirdness that System of a Down had with his outfit. But the difference is, I always felt Machine Gun Kelly tries to pander and cater to whatever genre he's doing, to act cool and be perceived as the cool guy, where System of a Down were just fucking weird. They were weird dudes in general. Sugar, Spiders, like all these music videos, like what the fuck am I watching? Because that's who System of the Down is. And he comes off a little bit corny, to be honest. But I'm still, again, let's see how the song goes and it evolves. The faces he makes is like, yeah, I murdered that shit. Yeah, I killed that shit. I'm fucking awesome on it. That's the face I see on him. And yeah. Yeah, I'm going to pause during the solo because this doesn't matter. He bit more than he can chew on this particular song, because I usually don't like to be negative on this channel. Even when I give criticism, I try to be respectful. It's hard being respectful to somebody who's not respectful of the genre itself. And what I mean by that is, I think it was right before this, right after this, he claims he revived the rock genre like it died. He revived the rock genre, the guy who stepped into it 5 years ago. And the exchange with him and Corey Taylor, it's like childish shit. He's doing what people do in hip-hop, and he's trying to do this in rock, where, look, in hip-hop, the idea of battling each other is important. It's part of the culture. So there it makes sense, the idea of battling and I'm better than you and this boasting. It's more justified in that genre. The fuck is he doing that in rock for? And especially in heavy metal. Heavy metal, we're already a small genre as it is. We have to unite as a team. There's very few bands who are big as System of a Down or Metallica. Most bands in heavy metal are small, and most people don't know about them. We have to unite as a team. And you want to stand behind him, because if he loves this kind of music, I really have a respect for him in that sense, But he's just picked a song that he can't handle. He can't sing very well. He's not much of a guitarist. Like, his skills are okay if we're comparing him to other rock and metal musicians. He's okay, he's learning how to play guitar. I think his skill set in rap mixing rap with pop was a better formula for him. But I think he felt so overwhelmed with what was going on afterwards and the hate that he got that he switched genres, then tried to kind of pander to the genre here. And metalheads, they don't fucking like that. They really hate. So he's not getting hate from two sides. He feels like he needs to defend himself, and it becomes this like mash of shit that nobody wants to hear. If Howard Stern, he's known to be a guy who's rough on people if he doesn't like something. If he just likes this, it's like, dude, you're just like licking his asshole. I'm sorry to be so kind of crass about it, but that's what you're doing, because I would have no shame telling him, I'm sorry, this wasn't very good, and I have no problem with kind of move on. But let's keep going. But yeah, the face, like, I killed that shit. What was it? Let me rewind it a little bit. That face right there is a face of a person like, yo, I killed that shit. It's like he's trying to be overly emotional and overly deep, and it's like, even his lyrics in the rap were very superficial. I mean, in celebrities in general, like what I've always liked about heavy metal, at least the way I felt about it, that there's a genuine nature to portray who you really are. With old school hip hop, Nas, Jay-Z, DMX, who they were in, they kind of portrayed mostly either life stories that they've seen, they've lived through, especially Nas. It's somebody I've always respected. For me, the transition of hip hop and metal always made sense because they're both, in the beginning, underground music speaking to a message of rebellion, of injustices, and all these kinds of things that are similar, which is why Anthrax did songs with Public Enemy, right? All these kinds of things where this new generation, it's not because it's a new generation, but about like him, this generation where the popular celebrity trying to be in all forms and shapes and sizes, like, I don't know, I find it a little bit corny. I thought it was wrong when Dark Funeral attacked, who was it? I'm trying to remember his name. They attacked I thought it was wrong when Justin Bieber was being made fun of. I think it was Dark Funeral. It was a death metal band, a black metal band, and because he publicly made it like that he liked the new single from the band, they kind of made fun of him and put him down. I think that's not right. He's openly showing support for a band that he loves. So what if he's in pop? Well, he can't love black metal or metal. He just has to be a pop star from now on. I thought that was wrong as well. So it was kind of ignorant on their part, but this is a moment in time of showing somebody who really just doesn't understand what the culture is about. And in some ways, he didn't really understand what hip hop was really about. He's a pop star and trying to cross over into multiple genres. And when you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, the hardcore fans of that genre tend to not respect it very much. I think he needs to stick to more pop music where he shines through the most, I think. Without shitting on him all over, it's just I don't think he fits into this puzzle particularly. Yeah. Super corny.
Holy shit. You got to do that in concert. That works.
Fuck you, Howard Stern. Really? What a suck up. Well, that is. I wouldn't say it's atrocious. It's not a good cover. It's very weak singing wise. Instruments wise, it was an interesting idea that I don't think works in the end. But it's it's an experiment. You have to try and kind of risk it all. The setup and sound is not very good. So just everything, speaking from beginning to the end, just didn't match up in this particular song. And perhaps if you picked a song where the vocal range was a little bit more monotone, perhaps, I don't know, Toxicity, even then, like Serge, he's known to be a one, I would say he's one of the better vocalists in rock and heavy metal, so kind of hard to match that voice, especially with the Armenian harmonies that they have. So what else is there to say? I don't want to shit all over him, but I kind of did, so we'll just leave it at that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep it metal, and let me know what you think of this cover yourselves.